PTE Essay Writing. Everyone is saying that the templates are not working, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. But we do have some good news for you. So one simple video, this video will give you precisely all the answers related to your essay writing. Like and subscribe and watch it right till the end. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PT. I hope you all are doing great. For those of you who don't know me, I am an alumni of IIM Indore, Indian Institute of Management, as well as University of Cardiff in the UK. And we have developed a very smart program for PTE training, which not only pioneers in the training program, as well as our portal also offers you world-class features and designed to make you master of this exam. So what we all know is that the exam has changed. Most definitely it has. But what you do not know that there is still an easy and simple way to get full marks in the essay writing. The other channels, they give you the template, they give you the structure, but they never explain you the reasoning behind it, why you have to use this template, why you have to use that. So you are never very confident, you are always in dilemma or in doubt whether this will work or not. But in this video, I'm going to tell you each and everything that will help you to understand the essay writing and how you can secure full marks in the essays. We do offer live classes training as well. So if you are interested to train directly with me and my teachers, as well as get access to our very unique portal for practice, you do WhatsApp us or Telegram us to know about the live classes. And if you're already preparing from somewhere and you just need a little bit boost up, we do offer two types of YouTube memberships, YouTube Priority and YouTube VIP. In Priority, you get the latest exam repeated questions, yes, for the latest months. And in VIP, you also get the latest exam questions as well as the vocabulary list for reading, the spelling list for listening, the grammar ebook, the templates, everything updated, as well as some exclusive access to videos. So let's start cracking about the PTE essay writing. What you should not do before that, like and subscribe. First things first, you have to stop using any template which looks like this. Just has essay statement, or if you see topics repeated, then you have to stop using like this. I have said that in multiple videos in the past, but I am saying it once again just to reiterate what needs to be done for the exam. Now, we all know that this particular question, the essay writing question, is definitely going to be flagged by the AI if you use this kind of templates, and then the human reviewer is also there. Now, we all know that there are millions of people taking the test and there are only a handful of reviewers. So yes, it will still be flagged by the AI because AI can detect these patterns easily. If you are copying just a ready-made template with phrases, no relevant content, it's quite easy to find those things, and then the human reviewer will check and they will not give you a good score. So maybe 40s, 50s score you can achieve using such templates if that's your target. So going forward, it's not that the exam has become difficult, but the dumb AI that they had before, they have now improved it and also making it more matchable with the other exams like IELTS. So first things first, what I promised you before, you need to understand the type of essay, what essay is and what we are writing about it. So the first requirement from the PTE exam is that you write an argumentative and persuasive type of essay. Okay, now many people start writing about both the sides of the argument, which is not always the case. That type of essay is called as discursive essays, and you should not be writing that style. So we are expected to write about an argumentative or a persuasive style of essay. So that is the number one requirement, and structure wise, it is very important to follow. So there should be one introduction, two body paragraphs and one conclusion. So overall you are writing 4 paragraphs and the word count has to be above 200 and below 300, but definitely it's advisable. When I talk to you about the template and show you how to write, then I'll talk to you more about the word count. If you see any templates that presents your opinion in the introduction itself, that's not the way we write argumentative essay. We have to present the argument in the introduction. That's the requirement number 2. And when we write the body paragraphs, what do? We present the main idea about the paragraph, we provide the supporting argument, we provide an example and then conclude that paragraph. The same thing, we repeat it for the third paragraph, which is body paragraph number 2. Another main idea, supporting information, example and conclusion. Same way you have to follow the structure. This is a unique format for the argumentative and persuasive style of essays. And then finally in the conclusion, we write around 2 sentences which first one is the summary of the two ideas that you have discussed in the body paragraphs, and the final sentence will be your opinion, which is a strong opinion. Now, some people who are viewing this video might be thinking that, oh, this guy is copying from other channels. So let me show you some evidences of how you can understand who is giving you the correct material and why. So if you see the clip over here, this video we recorded around 2 years back, and notice the structure. Okay, so even at that time we gave you the correct structure which is required for the argumentative type of essays, and that's why our students are much more successful than the other people who follow different other types of templates if they are not following this structure. At that point of time we were just beginning our channel, so that video would not have been as encouraging as nowadays what we make. Another video clip I want to show you of a video of the essay template that was published 5 months back. So even in this video, if you look closely, the same exact structure what was discussed 2 years back and was also discussed now. Even in this video, the new template that I am going to give you, or the structure that I am going to give you, will have to follow this particular requirement, because this is the style. This is the style of the essays. This is the style that the exam is expecting from you. And now, finally, I will show you the evidence from the other channel. Now, if you look at this template, you will understand that previously they had several different types of templates, and now they have started teaching you this. So the students who were following us from the past 5 to 6 months, for you guys, it's a good news because our template has not changed much. The structure remains very, very similar. Only the word count has to be balanced so that we can avoid getting lower marks by the human reviewer. That's exactly what is changed, and that's what is coming up in the next screen, which is the template. So if you see, this is the template that we have tried, and we have shown you the evidences in the previous videos that we published on our channel, how we were able to secure full marks in the writing. So this is a very similar template to what I used in the exam. Now the word count of the template itself is lower. Now if you are confident in writing, you can trim it down further, and definitely you should be doing that if you are confident in writing. So that is the first thing that you have to do. So requirement number 1 for essay writing is that you develop some typing skills, because you need to write a lot. Requirement number 2 is that you develop your phrase writing abilities, so that when you write longer phrases, complex sentences, compound sentences, so you are making less mistakes. Of course, we do that in detail in our live classes, and our students know exactly how to write that. But if you are following us on YouTube, you should still be able to do that if you follow the correct technique of writing. So if you see, we have highlighted now clearly where you have to use complex sentences, where you have to use compound sentences, because earlier when we just put that you have to write the main idea or example, then people were just writing simple sentences. So now this template will give you a much more clear understanding where I have to put what. So complex, compound, simple or compound. Okay, if in one paragraph you are using simple, then second paragraph you go for compound, so that we balance it together. Again, complex, compound, simple or compound, depending on what you chose for the first paragraph. Okay, again, in the introduction, it was a longer phrase. In the conclusion, because you are summing up two ideas from the two paragraphs, again, you are writing a compound sentence, and the last, in the conclusion, when you are providing your opinion, that also has to be lengthy, supported with the reasonings that you have provided. Okay, let's examine it further. Is the structure same to what I showed you before? What we have been showing to you since the last 2 years, since the inception or the birth of Edutrainex channel? Exactly the same structure what other channels are realizing now. Now, the only thing that I've changed here is, because writing 4 sentences will consume a lot of time for you in order to produce complex and compound sentences, we have clubbed together the main and supporting idea, so you can create a longer, really long sentence here, complex sentence. Okay, to provide the main idea as well as some supporting information related to the main idea. So for example, if you are saying children are watching television every day, and then you can talk about, because of the technological advancements or the social media age or because of the generational gap, those are the supporting ideas to the main idea. So that's how you have to combine them together, but the rest of the structure remains exactly the same structure. Now, Tip number one is that when you take this template, don't use it straight away. You have to modify the words. In the previous videos as well, I have told you, every one of you, you have to modify the word according to you. In the modern world, you can say nowadays, today, or according to the latest information. Something you have to change here and there. Even crucial, some words you have to replace it with synonyms. In a sentence, I am saying, not in the whole template. Every sentence you have to replace some words so that the template becomes your own. And when you use the template in the exam, then the AI has no way to match it with an existing template. So that's step number one. Very, very important step. All of you do this. There are numerous grammar tools that can help you to make sure that there are no grammar mistakes when you are modifying it. So the tip number one or the trick number two is replace the words of same types. So meaningful is an adjective. I can replace it with another appropriate adjective. Instead of meaningful, I can say appropriate discussions. So those kind of words which have similar meanings are called synonyms, and that has to be used there. Now you see over here, there is a start of a complex sentence. Now if you see another sentences, then you will find evidences that we have tried to create places for you so that, see, even in conclusion, these is how complex sentences are formed. Although, not only, but also, while, all those words you can expand with one main clause and multiple subordinate clauses or compound sentences. So this is the structure that you need to follow, and if, as I said before, if you are confident in writing your own words longer, then you can trim these parts which are not very, very meaningful to the essay. Just adding words. So you can trim in the modern world and then explain, make a complex sentence if you can. Absolutely works fine. But don't deviate away from the structure. Okay, structure is important. You provide the main idea, supporting idea, example, and conclusion of that paragraph. Okay, so if you see the words like hence, consequently, therefore, thus, all those words can be used, even so, can be used to provide a conclusion. Even in the conclusion, you are saying in summary or in conclusion to summarize. And then, in my opinion, I strongly believe, in my views, words like this have to be used. Now let's do a question. Now this question is an exam question, appeared in August. Now if you see some of the viewers, they have written the latest prediction file that we published. Some people got 5 questions out of it in the exam. So that's a good thing. And then we told you how you can get them using YouTube Priority or YouTube VIP memberships. But if you become our live student, of course, you will get access to all of them. So you don't need to buy them separately. Now this question is picked up from there. Read the question. It is harder for children to grow up in the 21st century than it was in the past. So it's talking about the upbringing of the children, why it's hard for the children to grow up. How far do you agree with this statement? Now let me go back one page and tell you one more thing about disadvantages and advantages type of essay. Over here, instead of moreover, if it is advantage and disadvantage type of essay, then you can replace it with but, however, in contrast. So first paragraph you talk about advantages, second paragraph, because you are contrasting, so you indicate that using appropriate conjunctions. That's the only change that is required. So what you need to do is think first. What is the main idea that I'm going to use? 2 main ideas. Okay, and because it is also going to a reviewer, so you just can't write any irrelevant content. It has to be relevant and appropriate. Harder for children to grow up. Why? Because too much competition, too much technology, things like that should come to your mind. So I have written academic pressure, which is the main point, competition. Then supporting idea, competitions and expectations from the parents or friends. So what does it cause? It causes stress and mental health issues for the children in the early ages. Second idea, digital age distractions or disturbances. Social media, mobile phones, TVs, everything related to digital. So social media, online exposure, you can talk about as supporting points. And then what does it cause? Eye defects, issues, anxiety. Another problem is they don't focus on studies, they just focus on the social media, what is happening, chatting, all those sort of things. So those are the issues we are going to talk about. Now I'll show you the essay itself. Now we will provide you a link for this slide so you can download it and you can use it as a reference. The link will be there below the description. If you expand the description and go at the bottom, you will see the download link. So you can download it from there. If I start typing here, because I also need to talk about important things to you. If I just start typing here without explaining anything, then it's not going to work for you, because it should make sense first of all. So if you see, the template is followed exactly. The total word count. Okay, let's talk about this. Now 120 and final 293. So approximately we have written 170 words by our own on top of what the template or the structure provided us. So we have written more than half, or close to 70% of what the essay finally came out to be. So as I said, you can trim the template down to even 100 words, and then you can add 170, 180 words on top of it. So that will make sure you are almost writing double of what the structure provided to you. So that if that is something you have become master of, if you are still not master of it, you can join our classes where we have extensive sessions on just showing you how to write phrases without making any grammar mistakes using the basic building blocks of grammar. That's it. Okay, so read the essay. What it shows is in the modern world, and then there was the phrase that we needed to write. Now you can use synonyms as well, hard or difficult. So I replaced it with challenges, and what we use with challenges, facing the challenges. So the challenges faced by children growing up in the 21st century, picked up from the phrase, has become increasingly complex due to a rapid, and then I gave a basic idea why it's happening, because of technological revolution, social and environmental changes. And then this part over here, there were two things in the template, this or these. So if you are talking about multiple things here, then you say these and make the verb as singular, these play. If you're just talking about one thing over here in this part, then you just say this plays. Okay, rest of the thing you don't have to worry about. And a crucial role in fostering meaningful discussion, part of the structure. And now you see this structure itself, this sentence structure has been made it into a complex sentence. Although there are several compelling arguments on both sides related to, now we have introduced our phrase, whether childhood is harder now than in the past, and then I write what the essay will argue or examine or discuss. Examine how growing up in the 21st century present more difficulties to children. That clearly states what exactly the essay is going to write about. Main idea, you have to present what you are supporting right at the beginning in the introduction, what the argument is going to be about. So imagining going to a court room and you are seeing a lawyer, straight away he will not say, I strongly believe and I agree that my client is innocent. No, he will say that I am going to present my arguments for my client, and in the end he will say, after presenting all the arguments, that now I strongly believe that my client is innocent and he should be freed up. So that's what argumentation is all about. Now if you see the second and the third paragraphs, firstly, several justifiable reasons supporting this viewpoint that modern children, adjective, noun, verb, unprecedented pressure, again adjective, verb, adjective, noun, sorry, from academic competition and social expectation, then I put a comma, put a subordinate clause, which can significantly impact the mental well-being and cause anxiety. You can expand it further as well. For instance, this is the example, very important. And don't talk about the survey conducted in 2003 or 2005 in America or University of Washington, not required. Just say extensive studies or many studies indicate or have shown that the growing emphasis on academic achievement and extracurricular excellence often leads to high stress levels and burnout among young people. This is a compound sentence because I'm combining two ideas, academic achievement, and I used a conjunction to expand the next part of it. Extracurricular excellence often leads to what? Leads to stress and burnout. Cut that. You can use the other words, mental health, well-being, whatever. And then finally conclude it. Hence, this argument effectively reinforces my position that academic pressure today is more intense and demanding than in earlier generations. Clearly talking about the topic, why in 21st century it's difficult. Similarly, if you see the second paragraph, Moreover, another noteworthy point is that how the digital age exposes children to potential risks such as cyberbullying, online predators, and unrealistic social media standards. All those things we thought about. And while writing also, if you get more ideas supporting your main idea, you can add them. So I have added multiple: cyberbullying, online predators, and social media. So even in the first paragraph, I added two things: societal expectations. And then same pattern, if you see over here in the paragraph, expanding as a complex sentence, which can negatively influence their self-esteem and emotional health. Cause and effect, basically. So what is the cause and what can it affect? That is also a style of writing a complex sentence. Third sentence is example. Again, you have to write a compound sentence. Many studies also demonstrate how constant exposure to curated online lifestyles foster feelings or inadequacy and make it compound, can contribute to anxiety, depression, and eye defects. And finally, you conclude that paragraph. Consequently, the argument is well supported by how the virtual environment often amplifies insecurities that were less prevalent in the past. Now, you can write it in a simple way as well. Some high modality words are required to boost up or to show that to the human reviewer that yes, I do have command, I am proficient, I have superior English, and you have to give me superior marks as well. So significantly, equivalent, some words you understand and memorize it, you can use it in the essay. Prevalent, you all know what it means. And then finally, in summary, this is the conclusion. Now we are talking about the summary. Some advantages associated with modern technology systems and technological advancement. Substantial evidence also supports my stance. And now, challenges faced by the children growing up here, unprecedented levels, negative aspects, strongly validated by my justification. Okay, you can add more things related to what you discussed, or you can just make it simple thing. In summary, the essay provides substantial evidence regarding, or you can say, how modern children face problems related to academic competition and digital age disturbances. You can sum it up like that as well, or you can write it in different words as well. If you are capable, if you are not capable, you can sum up the same ideas. Instead of digital, you can say online. Instead of academic competition, you can say academic excellence. Words like that can be used. And then finally, you express your opinion regarding what? The pressures and the risk unique to modern childhood. So pressures. Pressure is what? Societal expectation I talked about here. What is the risk? These online predators, eye defects, unrealistic social media standards, all those are risks. So that's what we summed up in the conclusion. And this essay will definitely give me, you have already seen the proof in the previous videos when we tried it in the online mock test. Even when we go to the real exam, this essay can easily fetch you above 85, which is the new 8 band. Definitely you will be able to do that. So now you know each and everything related to the PTE essay writing. We have already shared templates and the structures related to summarize written text and summarize spoken text. We will be sharing more information as and when we explore and test it. So we will not share anything before we test it ourselves, what works and what does not work. In the meantime, if you are looking to boost up your exam using some repeated questions or the grammar as well as vocabulary, spellings, templates, whatever we offer in 2 types of membership, VIP and priority, you can access to that. Or if you are looking for everything, complete package, live classes, training, and including these benefits as well, just WhatsApp or Telegram us to the number and the IDs that is shown on the screen, and then we will be able to help you plan out the exam for you and everything completed. And in the meantime, if you have not seen the video on the summarize written text and summarize spoken text that we very recently published, tested and tried, keep watching Edutrainex, and I'll soon be back with another super informative video on PD topics. See you soon.